You're still watching Ways. Now, in 1985, the government of India declared Swami Vivekananda Wahala Day his birthday on the January 12th, National Youth Day, in honor of the great philosopher and monk. Since 1985, this day is celebrated as National Youth Day all over India. The National Youth Day is observed all over India at schools, colleges, with professions, speeches, music, youth convention, seminar, yoga, sanas, presentation, competition in essay writing and recitation, and sports every single year. So unawedo Indian people. National Youth Day. I don't know. There are just too many days online where you see them. It's so strange. All right, so who are we starting with? Let me come to Jennifer. What did you find for us in the news today?
Okay, so today,
very interesting.
very interesting. The skit maker, Dgeneral, and 3 others were arrested today in a drug raid by the NDLEA. According to them, they said they went to a drug joint at Orchid Estate, where they went to search that place. But by the time they got there, a lot of the guys who were with drugs ran away from that spot and went to another apartment which belonged to Joshua, that's the general. So they ran into his apartment. The guys got there, and then they said that they wanted to search that place. So by the time they searched and did a lot of things, they found tramadol and cannabis. And I think after much interrogation, the general finally accepted that the drugs were his. So he was arrested with 3 other people.
So this is actually interesting because earlier today, very early this morning, I saw a video where the NDLEA people had gone into this skit maker, the General's house, and of course they went live on Instagram. Where for me, I mean, you read all the comments. Of course, natural youth tendency in Nigeria is once they see law enforcement agents in the houses of this thing, it's almost automatic to say, oh, they are oppressing us and all of that. So this video went viral because he was live on Instagram, and all of a sudden, like hours later, we then see a mugshot of the guy,
yes,
and he actually, the report said he actually admitted to it. So this comedian Nasty Black had posted on Twitter. I don't know if they can pull out those tweets. He said, "It is with deep sadness I share my experience here on social media, but I hope this gets seen by everyone. Yesterday, while I was on my way to visit at a location, I was accosted by men of the NDLEA. So according to Nasty Black, they had accosted him, told him to come down from the car, they searched him and all of that. And in fact, at some point, because he saw the way they were in high spirits, so one cocked the gun and said he was going to shoot him, blah, 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 and all of that. So apparently, I think that was when this raid was happening. I think this video was from yesterday, but the mock shots surfaced today. So the Nasty Black was now saying that the kind of lawlessness, people, that this kind of lawlessness is the same situation that many Nigerians have dealt with at the hands of men of uniform, and now after all the clamor, it seems like the new threat to the safety of Nigerians is the NDLEA. I'm a victim, I will not keep silent. So while I sympathize with you, Nasty Black, you cannot not admit that we have a lot of young people involved in drugs, including so we do not even know we do not even know whether it is for personal consumption or for commercial purpose. There are lots of young people that are doing drugs. You can't take that away. So please, when we want to make some kind of conclusion, let us be very guided, because this was what we talked about yesterday. Be guided in your assumptions and calculations. So eventually, with all the harassment, we found a mugshot, and the guy actually admitted that the tramadol and the cannabis, they were his. So I mean, you can't say that every law enforcement officer is out to get you, right? They will not just, and these people said they were tipped off, and this was what led to that raid that happened, that eventually got these guys that they nabbed, right? So we just need to be careful. It's not all the time that law enforcement officers are out to get you.
I also heard, I heard yesterday that there is even a high usage of crack in the East.
Yes,
and
yes, we talked about it now.
It's
in December.
I feel like drug has become a thing. It is like drinking water, taking candy or licking sweets or something like that.
It's
That's what people are doing. So basically, you go to a gathering, you basically just see everybody doing it like
it's normal.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a trend. If you're not doing it, it seems like you don't know what's happening or what's.
But yes, I sympathize with Nasty Black because I've heard a lot of people who have said that police stopped them, searched their car, and planted drugs in their car just to implicate
things like
them,
that happen,
just to extort them. So things like that happen, but doesn't negate the fact that there are actually people who sell these things and the law enforcement agents are actually in their rights.
Absolutely.
All right, Isi, your story.
My story is going to be short, but it still comes back to Nigeria and the customs. Customs seizes 3,620 live ammunition cartridges in Kwara State. Okay, and this was in Kwara State. The Nigerian Customs Service have seized this ammunition in an area called Barunteng local government area in Kwara State, and it has a package of 25 packs of 25 rounds each, and it was contained in 14 cartons worth 1,444,000 naira. Now, I'm not saying that they were wrong for doing this or getting the drugs or getting the ammunition live, or impounding the ammunition, basically. Why I'm upset with this is that there must have been more that have been able to pass through customs in the first place. So where did these ammunition come from? Who is bringing it into the country? And that is what must have caused the rise of insecurity in Nigeria currently. And we should also look at the fact that paramilitary, including the police, should have done more, as well as the military.
This is interesting.
I need to get the last paragraph.
You see, I was just going to say to you that
yes,
I like the question you asked, which is the question I keep saying, that
who
is it possible for me to import something into the country faceless? Is it possible?
It's not possible.
There should be documentation.
Absolutely.
From point of boarding to the point where it will be onboarded.
Of delivery.
The point of delivery.
Yes.
So where are the paperwork for some things like this?
Yes.
How do we get them and get the people that are actually culprits for these kinds of incidences?
Yeah. Well, I totally agree with you, but I need to get the last paragraph out, which said that the amount or the sum is about that is generated between the revenue controller disclosed that the command generated a total sum of 19.15 billion between July 2019 and 2021 paid to the federal account, which has to do with the same issue. We are talking about live ammunition in Nigeria currently.
Okay, so we'll just keep an eye on it and probably look for someone that can help us break it down.
Dissect it.
All right, so Loan Shark declares defaulters dead, distributes obituaries to relatives and friends. So it says a micro loan company that have been accused of declaring defaulters dead, designing and circulating obituaries of such persons to the families and friends. A customer, that's Azuike Chinedu, Achiever, recently shared his experience with a loan company on social media. He said that he had defaulted in his repayment plan for 5 days, and the next thing he saw was his obituary on a public group on Facebook. Another customer of a loan app, Victoria Eyo Epo, revealed she was also a victim and vowed not to repay the loan. But this Victoria auntie, that's not how things work. You have to pay back. So it's actually two things, because I've been on both sides. I've been on the side where you loan people money, and it's in Nigeria, oh my God, in Nigeria it's actually tough for you as a business owner to deal with credit business. We are not credit worthy in Nigeria. We are not. At all. We have a very bad credit culture, right? So I understand that part, but it's going to the extreme. Now declaring what's it called, these people, the obituary and all of that. Maybe it's in a bit to get people to fish them out, because most times, you know, again, because we do not have identity sorted out, we don't have those population census, we do not have a complete database that can fish you out from anywhere you are in Nigeria. It is difficult to actually hold people when you loan them money, right? So it's a bad thing for business. It's a bad thing for small businesses. It's a bad thing for businesses that are trying to grow. I mean, Elsie had shared something on the group where she was talking about people saying that they didn't even know anything about loans. They just start to get text messages. That's a different ballgame entirely. Where they start to, you just get a text that you're wanted for a loan, whatever, and somebody, you know, that one is a different ballgame entirely. These people here, they actually loaned those monies from this money sharks, the microfinance banks, but they have refused to pay. It doesn't matter the amount, because usually the kind of money that they trade with are small money that they just require huge volume, huge what's it called, traffic. So if they have a lot of turnover, that's where they make their money from. So if you start to get defaulters, it actually kills and defeats the purpose of the business. So we are hoping that, you know, people will just become a lot more credible. And again, this is why we tell our government that we need a proper what's it called, identification, where, you know, even if I default, I can be fished out, unlike places where, you know, you are almost like you don't have any identity. You know, we should be able to have our identity sorted out in this country.
But I think they already have a way of communicating with these people, even though
that's why they have to declare obituary.
So the thing is this here, I have a friend who used to work in one of these loan companies, and I've seen her actually call these customers who have actually loaned money from the company, and once she puts a call through and they just hear, oh, I'm from Susu company, they end the call,
life. That means they never had the intention to pay.
So her blood pressure is always high because she has a target to meet. So your KPI basically for that month is you need to get 20 customers to pay back what they owe, and then you can't even get across to 5 of them.
But how did they give the monies out to these individuals?
The process is, trust me, they have everything. They have all their documentation.
They have everything. They even have
your BVN.
They have people who have signed on their behalf.
They have guarantors.
I got a call, an automated call. I just picked up, and then the voice started talking. So person, I can't remember the name. Let's just say Chioma. Chioma is owing, but I don't know who Chioma is. Chioma has been owing this. I'm sure that was just their last resort. So let's just put different numbers down. Call them. I don't know any Chioma. I've never no Chioma in my family. I don't have any friend that is called Chioma. I don't have any colleague.
So that's what they will do now.
So how did they even get my number to start with? For them to actually call me to tell me that there is a Chioma somewhere that is owing the company.
This is also just to tell everybody out there, be careful what you're signing. Don't sign anything for anybody if you don't trust the person. Don't sign, or they say, come on, help me sign a account opening. Don't sign nothing.
Even trust is overrated right now.
Well, let's take a break now. When we come back from the break, we want to discuss human capital and how to transform owner-led businesses. Stay with us. We'll be right back.